Thank you for joining us. This is the Abuja Network Center on this morning on IT. We are taking up the discussion here by taking a look at, we're still talking on the same issues of the pronouncements by appeal courts. We are all aware that some governors were sacked by the appeal courts, talking about the Zamfara State Governor, the Plateau State Governor, as well as the Kano State Governor. We are taking a look at the implications of this pronouncements on democracy and what does it entail vis-a-vis the call by some persons that off-cycle election should be stopped, and should this stand, that means we're going to have more of off-cycle election. To discuss this matter with me in the studio, I have Dr. Garus Gololo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
First of all, let's take a look at the pronouncement of the appeal courts, the ruling of the appeal courts concerning these governors that their elections were actually were annulled by these governors were sacked by the appeal courts. What is the implication of all of this?
Let's take it one by one. Let us go to first Plateau. Before the election, PDP doesn't have structure because there's a higher court give directive they should go back for a congress, which they did not did. They don't comply with that high court order. So hence they don't comply with that high court order. It is time for the politician to know where they are. A law is a law, and it has taken from the high court. The same party in the Plateau, they have function. They have General Jeremiah Husseini party and they have Jang party, the former governor, all in PDP. They function. So the function of Jeremiah Husseini want to court and get court injection from high court. They should go back to that because the primary produced the governor and the member was not attentive. So they failed to do it. That is why when we are campaigning, because it happened to a member of the party of APC, we said there is no candidate in PDP, even from the campaign. There's a member of House of Ref, Gandhi, who is representing Kanke Kanam.
Yes.
Make it very clear that is contesting with four party and other party, but not PDP in Panjin. He declares the floor.
But sir, these issues that we just talked about now, are they not considered intra-party matters that should be sorted out by the party?
What it is in another party, you cannot be able to intervene on the party, but this is two party. Is the same party, is PDP. So hence they are getting a court injection in the high court. They must have complied with it to go back and do it, but they refuse to do that. So coming to Zamfara State, the local government, 3 local governments doesn't have, they did not vote. That is Maradu, where the minister come now, former governor Matawale come from, and Bukuyu, and also Birni Magaji. This is where the man has a vote, and they didn't vote because the person who was there used influence of retired generals who are there, and they use it as a PDP. So the coming to Kano on days a fleet of overvoting, with some paper and no stamp, and they call the paper did not stamp. And another one is the candidate before that time, he did not resign from PDP, because mind you, he contested last time with Gandu Jensef on the PDP.
That's Kano State.
Yes, Kano State. That is Abba Yusuf. Yeah. He did not resign from the PDP before he became. And then if he resigned, where do they have their convention produce him as a candidate?
Now, let Nigerians get this straight. This is, let's just say, for example, you have your own house and you choose how to run your house. Should that be an issue to the next person who is your neighbor?
There's a difference in a law between house and a party. In election, in a law, is a constitution electoral that the party will produce you and call ANEC, and you have a conversation. Everybody will have a congress present you that you are the candidate. But you cannot sit down and say, yes, I'm in AIT, Gololo is my candidate. Who produced me and who are the member of the party who sign and indicate, yes, I am a candidate. And before that time, if now I want to join any party, I have to resign from APC. If I don't resign from APC and I want contest for another party, after I contest finish, even if I win, there must be problem. This thing happened in Bauchi, say where I come from. My governor contested a president during that campaign, and another person went and did a primary for PDP. When he come back, Bala Mohammed now, the person wrote a letter. They go back again to go for another primary. You understand this thing now? They go back for another different primary, which he hosts, and then they produce the Bala Mohammed, the present governor of Bauchi State. So you don't take this thing for granted at all.
Now, a party must have forwarded the names of this candidate to INEC. So in all of this, where is the place of INEC? Should INEC not look deeply into this before accepting candidates list? INEC
are just like a referee in a football. Okay. It is when you commit an offense before they give you the red card. And the red card, that is the high court. INEC is just an umpire. If you don't invite them, you submit a name, they collect the name, okay, they put it. When you have your opponent challenging in the court. When the court give them directive follow, INEC are just like football players. When you are playing a football, a referee give you a yellow card, you can't ask caution. The next thing is giving you a warning, because the next second one is the red card and you have to go out from the field. So INEC are just empire. People are just blaming INEC for nothing. You have your party, and the party have to follow the rule and regulation of the INEC, of the electoral law. You can't just enact your law because you want the candidate to be there. Look, there's a difference between you a Congress and you bring the candidate. PDP doesn't have a candidate as on before the election in Plateau because court give directive. They should go back, and then they didn't comply with it because most of them, the House of Rep who are now sacked, and as far as I'm concerned, the governor is sacked.
No, okay. You say PDP does not have a candidate, but PDP
before the election, yes.
But PDP fielded a candidate.
They field the candidate, but the candidate go against the contradictory of the law, and that is what is in now.
Now, if you recall, in the last elections, that is the Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa State off-season election, in an interview, former President Goodluck Jonathan actually said that it is high time that National Assembly put a stop to off-cycle election. So, looking at all of this, what is your take on that? Because should there be a judgment, even at the Supreme Court, that means we're going to be looking at another off-cycle election come in the next 4 years.
The point is that off-cycle election must not, there's no way National Assembly will inlet law in it. Because a politician have
no, National Assembly makes law.
If they can make the law, but the law will not stand because, okay, for instance now, they remove the Plateau State governor, or they remove another, then that time election have to host on the other side. But this thing happened in Zamfara. When they clear, include even councillor. It happened in Zamfara during when Matawale was an PDP and Koguna was an APC. They sack all are members of APC all. Nobody talk. And mind you, still I hear some people say APC are using the presidential district because they're in power. They sack our senator. Agbo is a senator of APC. He sacked. And so nobody complain. But when they do something, they say opposition will come this. Mind your house. You cannot leave your house open. The door open, then criminal enter and carry back. You say why the door is open while it's by the road and you leave the door open. You leave it for the criminals. So it's just as a point that as for that election, Plateau State in PDP, they don't have a candidate because court give injunction and they refuse to follow the court law. And that is what take the place now.
So by this now, let's assume, we can just say that, okay, for Zamfara State, we can say they still hold. Because it is a question of not conducting elections in 3 local governments, Magaji, Bukuyum, and Maradu.
The point is, the case of there, if you see what the court did, they say unconclusive. Yes, one election is not properly conducted is unconclusive. So until when you complete that unconclusive before we know whether there is no problem or there is a problem. But for now, there is sack. Unless if another court give a directive which is from the Supreme Court because the last court is Supreme Court. But as it's stand now, the three of them, they are sacked, because unless if you get another injunction from a Supreme Court. But for now, standing, Plateau, Kano, Zamfara, they are sacked.
So does this mean they will stop being governors for now?
They are on governorship because if they put an appeal to a Supreme Court, pending when the appeal will be ruled up. So that is they are there. For now, they are sacked because there is no court give directive yet. Until one Supreme Court give the judgment before we know where we stand.
Now, I want to take you back to Plateau State, where since the ruling of the appeal courts, there has been pockets of demonstration by Plateau State citizens. So, does not tell you that
Plateau State are celebrating those one. Check the number. I happen to have the people who are snapping and sending it to me. People who are jubilating are higher than people who are demonstrating.
Oh, but we only saw the protesters.
But the people are there jubilating. You can't even see them there. Those one who are putting this in, they just carry them to bonfire and show a demonstration on the street, which are wrong. Wait for court judgment first before you go and protest. Can you protest against the court? One court pass something, you go forward. That's why they make Supreme Court. You will have to wait. You must be a law-abiding citizen. You don't need to just take protest on yourself. Okay, does it mean if you protest, the Court of Appeal say, yes, we rejoin the order, that your governor is back? No. You wait for the last decision. That's why you must be law-abiding, and the politicians have to tell their people who are supporting them, their supporters, we need to be in peace, not in pieces. Who are you going to rule? If the protest started on another crisis, they kill people, can you bring their life back? Are they not the people you are going to rule? So I think I see it as is nuisance that doesn't work, and I don't want it at all. Relax, contest, go back to the court. Use the Supreme Court. If you have anything to do, if you don't have anything, you just carry your bag peacefully. You carry your bag, come inside the government house. You can just go in the night. Bye-bye, nobody even care. Simple, say you don't go.
What about the state issue? Because clearly during the election we saw how the people came together and voted for Abba Yusuf. So in this case, what will be... Kano
State, they vote. And they vote him and they vote Egauna also. But the point is, where the challenge is two options. First, there's a ballot paper which is not stamped by ANEC, much on it. Yes, then there's another. And
this particular ballot paper belongs to NNPP.
No, the party is just belong is ANEC. Ballot paper is for ANEC. It doesn't stamp. Yeah, but it's NNPP. Yes, yes, New Nigerian People Party. There are many. So and then apart from that, again, before Abba Yusuf contest, he's still a member of PDP because he did not resign officially.
He didn't write a letter of resignation
and then present it to a TV like this, tell them, say, I've resigned from Zozo Party, I joined Zozo Party.
Doctor, let's understand two things here. Is it that he didn't write a resignation letter to the PDP, or that he wrote but it wasn't published or aired until...
He did not write that he resigned, that is one. And then there is no convention that produced him as a candidate of that party. We didn't see it. And where does he hold it? Where? Is he in Abuja? Is he in where? Because when you have a party, is he in Kano or where? In Kano, which part of the Kano state?
So that's in order for a party to produce a candidate, there must be a convention.
There must be convention and congress, and then those people who bring from the local government, even his own opposed, they have to sign.
Sign.
Yes, to assure they are there. The convention holds. You call ANEC to consult the convention, and people will witness it. ANEC, especially ANEC, must be there, and security must be there to show, yes, you are presentable candidate. If you doesn't do it, automatically there is no candidate on that party. Because you cannot just say in your house, say yes, Gololo is a candidate. No.
So if you, doctor, decide to create your own party today and said, okay, this is my party, XYZ party, and I want to be the flag bearer, must you hold a congress?
There is no way I would be my own party. It is I only hold my house, say this is my house, but you cannot be a party, only you.
No, you have people.
You know, you can have a party.
The party will be founded by you.
But they will produce you. The NPP here, they come have a congress and produce, they say they produce a congress. So that time now, their president, Fula Biara in Abuja, you must hold a congress and produce the person. You can't hold party only you. Are you the only person who is going to vote yourself or yourself and your family? Even your wife and your children, so we said, I don't want to vote this party, I'm also party. While I was in secondary school, while I was young that time, my daddy was in NPA, me I'm in PRP. You see, so you have the free tune to join. So as far as I'm concerned, there's a two mistake of the other one. That local government and support to declare that place unconclusive first on for before they announce that thing. That is Bukui, Maradun, and Birni Magaji. Then the Kano on the governor the support to produce him in AAPP before he become a governor and submit a resignation letter, indicate it and show it to the People Democratic Party. Then in Plateau State, the governor supposed to comply with the order of that court. But they refuse. That is why.
Now, looking at how does this affect our democracy?
It doesn't affect anything for democracy. It's a lesson. Anything happen to somebody, it has become a law. Because we go to Supreme Court now, it has become a law. So our politicians to learn. If I go along, I'm contesting tomorrow morning, I know if I don't declare, if I go there, I will maybe 2 months governor. They will leave me with a former governor. So I have to be very careful with it to make sure I follow the rule and regulation and the law of the land and order.
But do politicians follow this law?
If they don't follow it, this is the time now they can follow it, because it is when you enter a bus and they throw you outside of the bus. So when you fall down, if it's inside gutter, it's your own. If you fall down by the road, you move like a model in Lagos.
But in order to reduce the number of the volume of litigations after election, don't you think that INEC should begin to take a closer look at these issues before elections?
INEC if you submit any party, have the rule to submit. Party have to know why they are submitting this thing. Does this person resign before we put him as a candidate? Does he write a letter to the former party where he comes from? All those on his party problem is not ANEC. And I have nothing to, if they submit my name as a Gololo, they only take the name, hence the party have submitted the name. Simple. That is ANEC work. They don't have anything to offer.
Whatever that is submitted to INEC should just take.
Yes, the name. If they submit a name, the name they take, that's all. They don't have to say why.
In the case of Zamfara, that you clearly said that INEC should have declared these 3 local governments.
Yes.
Inconclusive before announcing the result, or shouldn't have even announced the result in the first
place. The returning officers supposed to indicate those 3 local governments. Hence, it is not there. He's supposed to put it on conclusive so that the vote coming from that local government must be counted.
So that way, the governor shouldn't have been declared in the first
place. At all. That's why they sack him, because the appeal court said that 3 local government. That's where the other government, the former sitting governor come from. Matole is from Marado. So one I'm from the local government where I come from, and you could not be able to put it simply because maybe I have a higher board or I may not have a higher board, but allow a role to play so that when we go forward we cannot have anything. That is why they say Birni Magaji, Bukui, and Birni Magaji must, and Maradu, they must go for rerun. And for now, the governor is sacked till after that rerun.
Well, I would like to ask you a question on the just concluded off-cycle elections, Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi State. How will you assess the performance? The
ANEC perform, I think, is something we can say is good, because I see the Kogi election, and I also see Imo election in Bayelsa also. So me personally, I don't have any complaint, because the complaint left to those who contest. If you feel you are not okay, you go election tribunal.
Now, as a citizen, how will you analyze, how will you assess the conduct of the election?
As far, even if I say it's good or it's not good, hence I'm in APC, people will say I take a side now. So as far for me, Gololo, I'm okay with the Kogi and Imo. And I'm not okay
you're okay with Kogi and Imo.
But I'm not okay with Bayelsa.
Okay with Bayelsa.
Yes, my party doesn't win now. Anywhere.
This is democracy.
In democracy, anywhere when you don't win in the election now, they'll say it's not a free and fair. That's how they are.
So are you saying Bayelsa was not free and fair?
Hence the Timmy Silva no will is not free and fair for me. But it's free and fair for PDP. But don't you hear them making say it's not free and fair? Somebody who thought in Kogi say he win election. Dini Malaya. When they are talking, the gap is too wide. He reach from here to Niger. The gap. So as far as I'm concerned, Ane performed a good job and let them continue. It's a good job. It's a job well done to Ane.
So that means our beavers have come to stay. Every other thing concerning conduct of election in Nigeria has come to stay.
Of course, that is the only solution we can get it, because formally, people will carry even the ballot paper, go to the house, continue to print. Until when we have this paper, before we know where we are. That's 214 and 215. That's why I say God bless Jonathan, because he was the president that time and he accepted. And he's the president, the first president in Nigeria who accept defeat, like the way Liberia now accept defeat. George Weah. I like those type of president. If it's another person, he will say no. What have you in crisis by now? This election we are talking about might have not been there. So I respect Jonathan and God bless him, and I respect even George Weah who accept the defeat. When is Africa, we are coming up. And the same thing I need a state. If they defeat you, please accept that defeat. Another time, Bob Marley make one mistake, say he who fight run away. Lead him fight for another day. So I don't expect you fight, you lose election and you continue again calling your supporter to march somebody or kill somebody. The person they kill tomorrow, he can vote for you. While is not there, how can he vote? So election is not do or die. You are in Nigeria, you are a citizen, you are from that state, the man is from the state, and you say you work for the state. So why are you fighting?
Well, before I let you go, looking that you are a proud card-carrying member of the ruling party, Nigerians would love to hear from you. What should Nigerians be expecting? This is renewed hope, right? So Nigerians would love to hear from you. Will they continue to live in this renewed hope, or there's an elevated kind of renewed hope?
The new hope we have is that if the president we have now is just a 5 months, Paula Tinubu and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and is a person that if you talk to him, he listens. He listens to advice. Any leader that listens to advice, he lead him to rule the people. But if a leader doesn't listen to advice, whatever I tell him, he believes what he could not hear from the other side. The leader we have now is a different leader. Is a person that when you tell him something now, he will look for the other side again to hear both, which has a weight like a law. So as far as I'm concerned, the new hope we have now, very soon refinery will work. The three, Port Harcourt, Warri, Lagos and Kaduna. If you get that thing working, fuel subsidy must know, we will remove it, and the fuel, we are sure of the fuel, not where you will go and buy a fuel of 20,000, you cannot even go a quarter of your tank.
Like what is happening now?
It is, while I'm coming here, I bought a fuel of 20,000, while before one and go half tank is 4,000, but now I bought a 20,000. But what I will do is to endure a little. Let us give the president a gap of 1 year. Because we Nigeria, that's why when we are driving in traffic light, when we see a red, we can't stop because we feel there's no motor coming. But we give him a little gap, at least 1 year. I'm sure he will do it because he's a listening president, he's a politician. And this is the first time we can have a grand politician who fights for democracy to become a president.
Sorry, I actually said that was the last question, but you just mentioned something. You talked about the refineries, and this is an ongoing issue. Successive governments have come to tell Nigerians that our refineries will start working. And you just mentioned it now. So should Nigerians be looking at that is going to happen this time?
It's going to happen because already they are on the side.
Optimistic.
I was in that refinery. I was in Port Harcourt, I was in Warri, I was in Lagos, I was in Kaduna to see, because me, I cannot say anything in TV while I have not seen it.
Okay.
I have seen it, and I'm sure very soon things will happen.
How soon is soon?
Anything from December, the refinery will be in order.
December this year?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. So that's a ray of hope.
Of course.
Should begin to,
at least we will have a time not to go and import fuel and come back. After 20 years, 16 years in PDP, we're importing fuel. So
it's okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Harris.
I appreciate.
Thank you for coming on the program, and thank you for shedding light on the issues that we discussed about. Thank you once again. We hope to see you once again. I know that sooner or later you'll be here to discuss other issues. We'll be talking about the appeal court's ruling on 3 states, Zamfara State, Kano State, and also Bayelsa State. We've looked at the issues. Now it is a lesson for politicians. Before you go into any kind of elections, make sure that your house is in order, especially for political parties. The candidates you are fielding, make sure that everything concerning them is in order. As a party, also ensure that every rule is followed, the laws are obeyed, and everything that needs to be done should be checked to avoid litigations after elections. We are still hooking back to Benin, where Philip is still on standby, so that we'll take the last run of the program.